Hello everyone, welcome back to F1TW, the series where I go over everything that's happened in F1 in the last week or so. F1 is finally back from the summer break, following on from last month's Hungarian Grand Prix. To be honest, I just couldn't think of a good thing to describe it as. During the summer break, Cadillac announced their new driver lineup, Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez, proving my predictions right. And McLaren announced MasterCard as their title sponsor for 2026. Next year, they will be called McLaren MasterCard Formula One Team. I'm looking forward to some cool MasterCard themed liveries. In FP1, at turn 2, Lewis Hamilton had a huge spin but managed to save it after a full 360. Yuki also had a spin at turn 11 after taking too much curb, and Kimi understeered into the gravel and got beached, bringing out a red flag. After the session had ended, Max was doing a practice start and he got stuck in the gravel at turn 1. And Lando Norris got the fastest lap with a 1 minute 10.278. In FP2 at turn 3, Lance Stroll, of course it's him, why is it always him, locked up and slammed into the wall, completely destroying his AMR 25 and returning to his old ways. This caused a red flag, obviously. Isaac Hadjar had an engine failure after the session restarted, prompting a VSC. Lewis had another full 360 spin, which once again he saved perfectly. Maybe he's doing better this weekend, who knows. In the pit lane, Oscar Piastri swerved out of his pit box right at the last second, straight into the path of George Russell, who promptly repeated his catchphrase, "He just turned into me." At turn 1, Alex Albon locked up hard and sailed into the wall, losing his front wing and beaching the car. Lando Norris again got the fastest lap with a 109.890. In FP3, not much happened, but Lando got the fastest lap with a 108.972. In Q1, at turn 13, Lance Stroll, again! Lance, please! Dips 2 wheels in the grass and has a massive spin into the wall, taking him characteristically out of Q1. Oscar Piastri got the fastest lap with a 109.338, and the drivers eliminated were Franco Colapinto, Nico Hulkenberg, Esteban Ocon, Oliver Behrman, and obviously Lance Stroll. In Q2, a Fox bravely ran across the track right in front of Charles Leclerc's SF25. The drivers eliminated were Kimi Antonelli, Yuki Tsunoda, Gabriel Bortoleto, Pierre Gasly, and Alex Albon. Yuki Tsunoda and Gabriel Bortoleto actually got the exact same lap time. Yuki said it first, so he was ahead, but it didn't matter because they both got eliminated. Lando Norris got the fastest lap with a 108.874. In Q3, after the first runs, Oscar is ahead of Lando by 12 milliseconds. In the later part of the session, Lando is unable to improve his lap, leading Oscar, who also couldn't improve, to take pole position. At the end of the session, without even being on camera once, Isaac Hadjar puts in an incredible lap to take a career best of 4th in qualifying. The grid order for the top 10 is Piastri, Norris, Verstappen, Hadjar, Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton, Lawson, Sainz and Alonso. Before the race started, Oliver Behrman was starting from the pit lane due to changing some engine components. At the start of the race, Lando got a slightly better launch, but his move got blocked off, allowing Max to overtake him. Through turn 2, Max, who was still scrapping with Lando, had a huge moment of oversteer, but somehow managed to stay ahead. And by the end of lap 1, Alex Albon somehow made up 5 positions to P10. On the other hand, Gabriel Bortoleto managed to fall from P13 to P19. How is that even possible? On lap 1 at the chicane, Bortoleto didn't leave Lance enough space. Why is Lance always in these incidents? Man, at least it's not his fault this time. And Bortoleto paid the price, losing a front wing end plate. I guess that explains 19th. On lap 9 at turn 1, Lando Norris went all the way outside of Max Verstappen, pulling off a stunning overtake for P2. After overtaking Max, Lando started pushing and gained a lot of time to Oscar. On lap 15, another piece of Gabriel's front wing fell off. The lap after, Lando ran it over. Luckily, he didn't get a puncture or anything from it. For the entire race so far, Isaac Hadjar had been defending masterfully from Charles Leclerc, just hanging on to P4. On lap 23, as Leclerc was exiting the pits, a yellow flag came out. A second later, the camera cuts to Lewis Hamilton, buried in the wall on the exit of turn 3, his car totally destroyed. This obviously caused a safety car. He crashed due to a snap of oversteer that he just couldn't save quickly enough, resulting in a light but race-ending collision with the barrier. Because of the safety car, Leclerc lost the position to Russell. Surprisingly, the FIA were very efficient with getting the race going again after only 4 laps under the safety car. On lap 26, the safety car comes back in and Oscar gets a good launch. On lap 27 at turn 1, George tries a lunge down the inside of Isaac Hadjar, but Isaac still manages to keep the position. At that same corner, Carlos Sainz and Liam Lawson make contact, both getting punctures, and Carlos Sainz got front wing damage. What happened was Carlos tried to go around the outside and almost made it when Liam just understeered out and hit him. For some reason, Carlos got a 10-second penalty for this. Nobody knows why. I don't think the stewards even knew why. On lap 32, at the chicane, Charles Leclerc and George Russell are battling very intensely for P5 when Leclerc has left no space, goes onto the gravel and makes contact, somehow still gets ahead, and it's ruled a racing incident. I'm a fan of this racing incident, or it being ruled as a racing incident, because I think it was George's fault for pushing Leclerc onto the gravel, and George was the one who came off worse, so it's very fair to rule that as a racing incident. On lap 33 at turn 1, Kimi Antonelli makes a lovely overtake down the inside of Alex Albon for P7, one of his better races so far this year. On lap 41, George Russell was informed that he had damage, so Mercedes would swap the cars at turn 1 to put Kimi ahead. On lap 53 at turn 3, Kimi Antonelli again tries to go down the inside of Charles Leclerc, who had just pitted for fresh softs. But Kimi understeers on the exit of the corner, hitting Leclerc's rear wheel and spinning him across his car, getting a puncture and taking Leclerc out of the race. When Leclerc hit the wall, his car's entire nose was ripped off. Not just the front wing, but the entire nose. This obviously caused a safety car, and Kimi, who was having a really good race up until then, got a 10-second penalty. When he pitted to put new tyres on under the safety car, Kimi then sped in the pit lane, adding a 5-second penalty to his collection. After Leclerc got out of the car, he couldn't cross the track to get out, so he was stuck on a hill on the inside of the track. Again, the FIA were very efficient with the safety car. On lap 57, at the restart, Oscar got another good launch. On lap 65, Lando reported smelling smoke in the cockpit. This was due to an oil leak that forced him to retire. This is a huge hit to his title hopes, as he loses 25 points to Oscar if he wins. Lando also couldn't cross the track, so he too was stuck on the other side of the hill that he and Charles would be stuck on until the checker flag. I said stuck a lot there. On lap 72, at the end of the race, Oscar Piastri crosses the line to claim the first Grand Slam of his career. If you're unaware what a Grand Slam is, it's a pole position, fastest lap, leading every lap of the race and race win. And he increases the championship gap to Lando by 25 points. It's now a 34-point gap. So Lando has a tall order to try and get back. Due to his DNF, Isaac Hadjar gets bumped up to P3 and claims the first podium of his career. He becomes the youngest ever French podium finisher. After the race, Lewis Hamilton was given a 5-place grid penalty for Monza. Just make his weekend even worse, why not FIA, for failing to slow enough under double yellow flags. While celebrating outside the garage, Isaac Hadjar made the rookie mistake of placing his trophy down slightly too hard. It completely snapped in half, and judging by his reaction, he didn't see that coming. So in summary, Lando has a tough 9 races ahead of him. Ferrari fans are depressed, but to be honest, when aren't they? So thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, please like. Goodbye.